I'm Mike Sindoma, Program Director at Sports Medicine Concepts. Riddell came to our Elite Sports Emergency Care Training Center to give us an in-service on their Axiom football helmet and provided us with some samples so we could develop protocol approaches for medical personnel to consider during management of potentially critically injured athletes wearing the Axiom. In this segment, we provide an overview of our observational findings relative to repositioning and transfer and airway management considerations. Sports Medicine Concepts has no financial interest in the Axiom football helmet. Sports Medicine Concepts does have a financial interest in the FMX4, a face mask removal device shown in this content that is manufactured and sold by Sports Medicine Concepts. The Axiom by Riddell is a top performer according to the 2022 NFL Players Association Helmet Laboratory Testing Performance results. In this content, we make no claims to the protective features of the Axiom helmet. Our goal is only to provide anecdotal information that medical teams can consider when developing their approach to completion of critical care tasks when caring for a critically injured athlete wearing the Axiom football helmet. Repositioning a prone athlete to supine cervical neutral is an important first step that requires a log roll maneuver in the prone athlete. The Axiom football helmet did not complicate our ability to perform an effective log roll. Once in a supine position, finding cervical neutral requires visual inspection. Although it is difficult to clearly identify anatomical landmarks used to help assess cervical neutral, we did not find the Axiom to present a barrier to our ability to properly position the athlete in cervical neutral position relative to any other football helmet. We also found that the Axiom helmet did not pose any significant barrier to our ability to immobilize an athlete to a traditional long spine board using common cervical immobilization devices after using either a log roll or flat lift maneuver to transfer the athlete. Airway management is a common concern for any medical provider caring for an athlete wearing any football helmet. We did not find the Axiom to complicate airway management any more than any other football helmet. The face mask of the Axiom is removed by engaging 4 quick-release push pins, 2 on either side of the helmet. Once the push pins have been engaged, medical providers will have to use their finger or a small screwdriver like that found on the end of the FMX4 to pop each fastener out of the receptacle. Once all 4 push pins are free of the receptacles, the face mask can be pulled away from the helmet shell. If time to face mask removal is of concern and the medical team has adequate personnel, it may be a benefit to have a provider release push pins on both sides of the helmet simultaneously. After cutting the chin strap and removing the face mask, but with the visor left in place, we were able to properly place a bag valve mask and perform both 1- and 2-person bag mask ventilation, with 2-person bag mask ventilation being the best practice standard. The visor of the Axiom did present some challenges. Notably, it was not possible for us to hold the BVM using the recommended CE seal technique, but we were able to otherwise get a proper seal and adequate chest rise. When attempting 1-person bag mask ventilation from the head, we were able to seal the mask with the CE technique, but found it a little challenging to place the BVM correctly. We used a bag mask ventilator with a viral filter insert and found that the visor caused the inline filter to disconnect from the BVM. So, depending on the style of BVM you are using, you may have to be more deliberate in fitting the BVM under the visor before fitting it over the athlete's nose and mouth. With the face mask removed and the visor on, we were able to effectively place basic life support airway adjuncts, including an NPA and OPA. The helmet did obstruct visualization of landmarks necessary for sizing of an OPA and NPA, so we had to use our best guess. But this is also true of any football helmet. Finally, with the face mask off and the visor left on, we were able to also effectively place an endotracheal tube, though the visor required us to place the endotracheal tube from the side, and we found visualization was not optimal. Although we did not find the visor to present any significant barriers to completion of initial airway management tasks, we did feel that completion of these tasks and ongoing airway support seemed a little easier with the face mask and visor removed. Therefore, medical teams should practice and collaborate regarding timing and appropriateness of visor removal. To remove the visor, we strongly suggest having a single person push the release button and pull the visor out. In an emergency, having one person push the release button while another pulls the visor out will likely result in the fingers of the button pusher getting pinched. The person responsible for stabilization of the athlete's head should also anticipate additional movement resulting from removal of the visor. If the medical team determines helmet removal is warranted, the Axiom presents no real obstacle using current best practice techniques. We found removing the Axiom to be quite easy, whether we loosened or cut the chin strap prior to removal. Providers may elect to cut the face mask off the Axiom using the access slots provided. The Axiom provides 4 access slots designed around the Model 4 FM extractor. Here we demonstrate the manufacturer recommended process for cutting the helmet shell to remove the face mask. The manufacturer recommended cutting process requires 4 cuts per side. In cases where time is critical, it may be optimal to have providers cutting both sides of the helmet simultaneously. The most important aspect of management of a critically injured equipment-laden football player is ensuring there are ample personnel needed to complete critical care tasks and that the designated personnel are properly trained. With proper practice and training, we found the Axiom football helmet posed no barriers to care relative to any other football helmet when using current accepted equipment management techniques. I hope you found this segment helpful. For Sports Medicine Concepts, I'm Mike Sendoma.